Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Amnesty International says that up to 13,000 people have been secretly executed in a Syrian jail. The human rights group says that the mass hangings have been taking place every week at Syrian prison near Damascus since the war began in 2011. Those killed, it says, are mostly civilians who opposed the Assad regime, and their executions must have been authorized at the very highest levels of the Syrian government. Fatima Manji has this report.
I wish they had killed me, rather than leave me to rot in this place. This is not a prison. It's a slaughterhouse.
It's allegedly a secret, systematic torture and killing machine. Syrian prison on the outskirts of Damascus, visualised here by Amnesty, who say the abuse inside is authorised by the highest levels of Syrian government. The report says most detainees are civilians, arrested since 2011, held inside the Red Building, where they're beaten, tortured and starved. In the middle of the night, some are blindfolded and transferred to the White Building, where they are hanged. Amnesty believe between 5,000 and 13,000 people have been killed in this way, condemned through military courts, which last no longer than 3 minutes. Those who survived tell stories of rape, beatings and hunger. This is witness testimony from Amnesty. The photographs show the men before and after being inside the prison.
My cellmate had been beaten. The wounds were becoming black. He developed gangrene. The whole hallway could smell it. The guards stopped coming because of the smell. The doctor couldn't even look at it. He said the legs would have to be amputated. He died on the 17th of April 2014 in front of me.
The thirst was indescribable. We would lick the condensation from the wall and ceilings. By the 9th day, people started drinking their own urine. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how thirsty and broken a human needs to be in order to do that?
We spoke to one former prisoner, now living in Germany. He says he was in Syrian for 9 months because of political activism on Facebook.
The signs of torture are still in my body. My hand, my leg, my belly, all from the beating. One of the guys who died, he had kidney problems. After a week, we saw he wasn't moving. They beat him even after he was dead. They said you should not die, just be tortured.
Amnesty spent a year trying to build a step-by-step picture of just what was going on inside. They spoke to 84 witnesses, now mainly in Turkey.
These witnesses included former guards and officials from the prison, as well as former detainees who had made it out and had actually witnessed various stages of the execution process. Then we also interviewed former judges and then Syrian lawyers to complete the picture.
It's now calling for an urgent UN investigation into the prison. Throughout 5 years of war, the Syrian government has repeatedly denied torture. Today, President Assad gave an interview to Belgian TV. He was asked if all means were justified in the fight against terrorism.
When they attack civilians and killing civilians and beheading people and destroying properties, our constitutional duty and legal duty as government and as army and as state institutions is to defend the Syrian people. It's not an opinion, it's a duty. So regarding this, you can use every means in order to defend the Syrian people.
But who will defend the Syrian people when it's the government itself accused of carrying out the attacks?
Fatima Manji reporting.
I've been getting away with it.